Previously in Ashburton, we followed the tracks less travelled by using dirt road shortcuts to find our way to Mount Meharry. We then started our climb and reached the top just on sunset and got some spectacular views on top of WA. Welcome to the Ashburton. I'm Bronny Dahl, and this is our epic adventure throughout the heart of the Pilbara, from the coast to the centre of the Hamersley Ranges. Well, the ultimate sucker for brie. I don't always snack at camp, but when I do, I have brie. But when I do, I only eat brie. Morning, ladies and gents. This is the morning after the climb to Mount Meharry, or Mount Meharry, whatever you want to call it, the highest peak in WA. We actually got back here at midnight, just before midnight, so still the same day. We are at the Karajini Eco Retreat. They've put us up here in the staff quarters. Now, this place is actually 100% Aboriginal owned, and you can stay here in luxury in like these eco tents. The gorge is just 100 metres that way. It's called Joffrey Falls. Beautiful gorge. And speaking of gorges, we are going to go around today and check out two other gorges. So the main one we want to get to is called Hancock Gorge. So Hancock Gorge, I've never been there before, but from what I've heard, it's the one where we got to actually do a lot of hiking through water or through the gorge and all that. So I'm really looking forward to that one. So that's what we're mainly doing today. And then we're going to end up at Dale's Camp, and also at Fortescue, I think Fortescue Gorge, Fortescue River? Falls. Fortescue Falls, thank you Dylan. Fortescue Falls, a lot of names going on here. That's the plan today. So we're gonna check out a lot of gorges and have a lot of swims in this hot, humid weather. It is still wet season, so I do recommend people who do come here is to come here in the peak season, which is around June, July, in the middle of the year, when it's winter in Australia, but it's still hot up here, nice and warm. All right, we've got some stuff to pack up, bit of washing to pack away, so let's get into it.
Corrugations.
Corrugations. Yeah, love them or hate them.
Gotta love them. Not. No one loves them.
Love them. We kind of like them because it keeps other people off the tracks. There's less people out here.
But what you can do to reduce them is lower your tyre pressures, because that makes a big difference. You lower your tyre pressures, it acts like a cushion and reduces the majority amount of the bounce in the corrugation. And then the other thing is good suspension will help as well, especially if you do long stretches. If you've got good suspension, you won't overheat your shocks and blow them out.
But we also know how to set up the vehicles for it. For example, tyre pressures, we're down to about 20 psi, if I'm correct. Yep. You lowered it this time?
Yep, that 20 psi.
20 psi, the trailer's down below 20 psi. You got to remember your trailer, because the reason why we lower the tyres is so it's the first call of suspension. It absorbs a lot of the bouncing around and a lot of the rough stuff. And if you don't absorb it, it's going to go through, shake the vehicle to bits, and all your cargo, all your accessories that are bolted on, everything's sort of just going to fall apart and come off. Also, it's going to be a very uncomfortable ride. The ride's going to be, let's be honest, it's going to be yep, shit ride time. Pretty surfs up.
What are you up to, Ronnie?
We're going some gnarly waves down the canyon. We're going down to Hancock Gorge. I'm hoping there's a lot of water, but I may be leaving this behind and picking it up on the way back. So there we go.
No one said anything about exercise. What the hell?
The Mount Augustus. Surf's up, dude.
Got to keep the beard dry.
Dedication to the shot.
You going now? I'm Todd. No. Ronnie Knoxville. Welcome to Jackass. Woo! Woo!
We just made it to Kermit pool right here. This is an epic walk down, I gotta say. One thing I did wrong was I didn't bring a backpack. I've got no backpack with me on this trip, unfortunately, so everything was carried in that bag. You kind of need 2 hands and 2 feet to get through this gorge safely. One thing on water safety, before people start jumping off rocks here, because we had an incident in the past where one of our mates had a bad spill, broke his back, ended up in hospital. You know, it's a pretty bad emergency. I'm going to go and check the depth before the boys jump in. So, always check the depth before you jump in. And don't jump off something that's too high if you're not used to it. If you land wrong, things go wrong. That's up. That's up.
That's up, cookie.
Woo! That's the wave. That's the wave. Surf that now.
That's good fun. But yeah, as Ronnie said, always check the depth first because it's going to hurt if you hit this. That's good fun. We're going to do it again. Oh. Take come this way.
Oh, yeah. This is an epic spot, eh? Never been here before. Kermit pool, definitely got to come here. This is probably the best water hole I've been to in regards to scenery and reward. But we've got to walk all the way back up and we'll probably be dry by then, so unless it's winter, don't bother bringing your towel. It's time to go. Next water hole.
And I had a swim down there and that was absolutely beautiful. Considering it's 39 degrees at the moment. We've just left the car park and we're heading towards Dale Gorge Campgrounds, which is a deep bore site.
Dale's Gorge campground, migrating. We're not going to go to the other waterhole until tomorrow morning because it's a bit late in the day. We enjoyed that other place too much. So, how are you feeling about the suspension of this corrugation so far?
It's good. It's very good. Yeah, it's very smooth. Tyre pressures as well, helping.
IFS, tyre pressures, and
Good suspension.
yeah, 351 seems to be pretty good so far. Like even this corner, I just hit the brakes pretty hard there and didn't really skip out like I normally feel I do.
Just a lot better handling than the 70 then.
Yeah, I wonder if like I feel like I drive faster over things. I'm driving faster than I would in the 70 around over a lot of stuff. I just wonder if that's because I'm used to a rougher feeling vehicle. If I should maybe just go the same speed still, because am I wearing the car more or am I not?
I think you're driving a little bit faster because you do feel less of the impact.
Yeah.
Being a newer car with IFS.
Newer car with everything in good working order as well.
Yep, and a lot more soundproofing and comfort.
Yeah,
Makes a difference.
that is true. But mind you, things that do make a noise in its hub, we're able to point out pretty easy.
Yes, can hear them.
So if there is something going on, you can hear it.
Yep, which is good in case something breaks.
Yeah. We'll see you at camp soon. Looks awesome. Should I grab a beer? Well, the ultimate sucker for brie. I don't always snack at camp, but when I do, I have brie. Hey Torbs, you want some brie?
Yeah. Cheers, mate. Ah!
Dylan, you want some brie?
Absolutely.
Say something. Most of the brie's gone ready. We'll save the rest for the camera crew because they've been working hard today while we've been swimming around in these lovely gorges up here. We are now at Dale's Gorge Camp, and tomorrow we'll check out one more gorge before we hit the highway and continue our adventure to do some more four-wheeling elsewhere. But for now, I thought it's a good time to go through the setup and how I feel about the Hilux so far. We may even also talk to the camera guys about how they felt being in the 79. So I've got two cars here. It's been sort of a bit mixed watching the 79 drive around while driving the Hilux. But I got to say, this is way more comfortable than a 79. And I think it handles definitely gravel roads and highways better than the 79. It even gets better fuel towing than the 79. So there's a lot of pros this has over the 79, but I still love the 79 because of its, you know, just the iconicness about that vehicle and just the basic robustness about it. A lot of people won't understand that, and I totally get it. Anyway, Torbs is cooking some, is it red curry or green curry?
Green curry.
Green curry. We're having green curry chicken?
Green curry chicken with rice.
All right, we'll jump over to you in a sec and we'll have a look at that. But for now, this is the back of the Hilux, obviously. I've got the tailgate here. There's storage underneath it. I've made sure I haven't put anything in here I need while I'm getting stuff out or cooking or whatever. The power setup's in here, the fridge is here, all the cargo's in here. There is a metric ton of dust in here. This dust seal, which I think, yeah, it was Grunt 4x4 dust seal. It might be okay for people who don't go off-road at all, ever. But as soon as you go off-road, it does nothing. In this heat up here, these flaps have come loose. The 3M tape does not hold up. I paid $200 for this kit and I'm actually pretty disappointed. But hindsight, I think dust seal kits are probably a lot like those electronic rust kits. It's just smoke and mirrors, in my opinion. So I'll have to come up with something else to keep all this dust out. However, the dust hasn't been too much of a problem because, you know, the fridge is sealed, the box is sealed, everything in here is somewhat sealed. The power box, however, is not very sealed, and this inverter, my Victron inverter, is not very sealed either. I'll spend a good nearly $300 on this. So I want to make sure that the dust doesn't kill it. So I've got to do something about this dust one way or another, just to reduce it a little bit. Other than that, we'll go over to Torb's now, but we'll have a bit more of a chat about the vehicle.
Welcome to Torb's kitchen. Yes, you might see Ronnie on the videos cooking all the time. Well, it's not true. It's actually me doing it, and that's why the camera crew is still alive. So tonight we are doing a Thai green chicken curry.
Hey Torbs, you want a hand?
No, thank you. You just stay over there.
Awesome, thank you.
So I'll just run you through some of the ingredients that I use. We're using jasmine rice, coconut milk, pre-made green Thai curry. I did these at home and sealed them up in these special little bags. Homemade, really. I'm going to chuck some broccoli in, green beans, and what we got mushrooms for? We don't put mushrooms in curry.
They're expired, so we've got to use them.
Oh, so we'll chuck some mushrooms in as well. So that's pretty much the basic ingredients of a simple green chicken curry. Oh, and chicken. Don't forget the chicken. So we grabbed one of those bush chooks down the road earlier. We saw one on the road. We cleaned it up. That'll be perfect. Can you bring that bush chook? Ah, beauty, you packaged it. Oh, still a bit dirty.
It was in the back of the camera truck.
Oh, okay. Cool. And some fresh chicken breasts. Everybody here likes breast?
Absolutely.
Especially
That's good.
chicken breast.
Awesome. Now Ronnie's on a budget, so over to the cheap voiceover guy.
Thanks very much, Torb, and that smells delicious. And now we're over to Mr. Ronnie Dowell as he takes us through the Klarman Automotive solution.
Thank you, Russell. All right, so we're back in my car, back in my Hilux. So the temporary power solution, now there will be a full video on it, so this is very brief right now. This power box here, I can actually remove this, and we will do it. You'll probably see a B-roll here of us removing it. B-roll means stuff we took at a later stage. I can actually take this fridge out. It's only a MTV 35, so it doesn't weigh much. Take it out. I can put this in another vehicle with this battery system. This battery system is wired to the front, but I can easily unplug it. It has a solar input. It's got everything it needs. It's 100 amps of lithium power. It is an Amtron battery in here. Now this is a Lunar box, but it's by Klarman Automotive Solutions, as Russell just pointed out before. It's their Kraftwerk things. That's what they call it. I just thought most people who buy a vehicle with a tub, if they want a power system with decent power that doesn't weigh much, it only weighs 16 kilos. This is the system I would recommend. And now that I'm over halfway through this trip, all the dust and the rain that it's copped, it's holding up. On the side here, I have added switches. So this switch here is for the lights. I can change them. They are the PDP ones. Now, just briefly here, right? So we have the lights here as well to light up the camp when the hut is closed, of course. Water pump. When I press the water pump, the gauge comes on, and we have the diesel pump, which will pump diesel straight into the tank over here via a Bowser. So that's pretty much it, guys. That is my power solution on this trip, and I've been really happy with how it's performed. I do have this inverter up here. Now, that's the only concern is the dust I mentioned earlier. All this dust that comes in, it's not good for inverters. Anyway, back to Torps.
We are ready. Everything is cooked. Looks good, smells good. I might get myself a guinea pig up here and we'll get them to taste it first, and if they don't drop to the ground, the rest of us will eat. So, got any volunteers?
Yeah, we got Dylan.
Dylan.
I don't know about that.
Alrighty.
I'm excited. It's been a long day.
We'll do your small serve to start with.
Oh, okay. Should I be worried?
Alrighty, here we go.
Nice. Okay. To be honest, it's probably no good. I think we'll have to get rid of it though.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's no good for anyone else.
No?
No.
Okay.
No good.
Alright.
Cheers,
Well, there you go. Me and Dylan, the taste tester, will have to dispose of this food while the rest go to bed with empty tummies.
Morning folks, we're down here at Fortescue Falls. We left Dale's camp very early in the morning. It's only a 2-minute drive from there as well, probably even less actually. We got the whole place to ourselves. So if you come here real early, you're gonna see this without a whole bunch of people everywhere, because this gets packed. So that's Fortescue Falls right there. We're then gonna head up to Fern Pool, which is the next pool just over there. And Fern Pool in fact flows into this one. Let's get moving. We actually heard the dingoes before. Possibly doing like a warning call to the rest of the pack. The humans are on the way. Also passed a heap of bats in the trees. See if we can find some more. Here we are. Fern Pool. We're currently inside a waterfall. Not sure if you can hear us. Having a crack off. I've been to quite a few water holes, but this is one of the top ones, I'm going to say. This will definitely make my top 10 list.